hope you all are doing well. This is going to be the second attempt at your bonus unrushed reading. I tried earlier and I had a mishap with my tripod and camera and it went flying. I don't know what that was about. So, round two, here we go again. And I changed up the energy music and let's clear the space once more. Thank you, Spirit, for clear messages. I wanted to share with you a little bit about some developments for me that have occurred since the last reading because I don't know, a lot of y'all gave feedback. Thank you. That's why you're getting the bonus reading, unrushed, because of all the comments, likes, views. Thank you so much. And if you really felt like that video resonated with you, because I didn't at the time, right? Well, I had some things come up and I was like, oh my gosh, this is exactly right. So it's just kind of a thing where, messages may come out and you may not resonate with them, but later on it makes sense, right? Even for me as a reader, I'm not all knowing, right? It's kind of like in the Bible, the Apostle Paul talks about how we prophesy in part. I'm not all knowing, right? I just get little fragments here and there. And sometimes it doesn't even make sense to me, but I'm in a flow and I have to accept it and receive it. That's exactly what happened with the last reading. And I even saw there was a mental fog and I got a message like you're not seeing it or you're missing a message or whatever. And sure enough, checked my texts and my email and I was missing an offer. And you know why I missed it? Because I quit looking for it. I had given up. And some of you, I saw that in the reading that some of you really tried your heart out for quite a while and it just didn't come together, and some of you threw your hands up, walked away from it, and then the moment you stop looking for it, it comes in, and then did you not see it? Okay. Now, another thing that oddly happened to me is after I did find the message and I saw that it was an opportunity having to do with career, it was exactly what I had wanted like 6 months ago. And I mean, I couldn't get it to align. There was a timing issue. And now finally it comes in on their timing, not necessarily mine. And I'm like, God, I don't even want this anymore. But it was enticing. Damn, it was definitely a Wheel of Fortune card, okay? The right location, a good company, right? Solid, that you would want to put on your resume. And the money was just like, man. But the problem, and here was a catch, taking it would mean that I would be working over 60 hours a week out in Austin, and I'd be away from my daughter, and we would spend yet another holiday season alone, her and I. So I politely declined. And you know what? That was the advice that I saw in that card draw, that you're going to hold back, maybe wait for a different timing. And I've almost pinched myself. I'm like, number one, is this real? This opportunity finally came in. I gave up on it. I lost hope. But number two, pinch myself again, because I'm actually going to turn it down now that it comes in. Like, what is wrong with me? But you know what? The advice in the cards was, it's okay. Because maybe you're learning something about yourself. If something came in for you and you decided to hold back or wait, you might have learned, right, that, money can't buy certain things, right? Some of us Aquarians right now, particularly this time of year, we're more focused on stuff of the heart and the spirit than, say, those coins, And maybe realizing that nobody can pay you enough to walk away from your family. And so that was kind of what happened to me. And yeah, I was kind of confused within myself there for a while. And we saw that in the cards with the discernment and the Eight of Swords, rather, where you're confused, you're holding back, you're not seeing something. But there might be another chance later, right? I told that recruiter, I said, I think there's a bit of a timing issue right now. Is there a chance that maybe we could revisit this idea after the first of the year? And she's like, oh yeah, they'll probably be looking for people again around that time. And I'm like, okay, cool. So again, if you're holding back on something, if you're feeling led to hold back on something, for one reason or another, I think it's going to work out for you. Let's see what cards come out. Spirit, what do you want to say to Aquarius? We have the Devil card and the Death card, and I'm seeing a King of Wands there as well. Okay. So oh no, is this gonna be a love reading? Oh no, say it isn't so. Okay, so that's the direction we're going in. Alrighty then. I thought we were gonna talk about money, career, your direction, your family, right? 10th, 4th house stuff, right? Or maybe more like 11th, 5th house stuff because of, the energies that we're coming into with that full moon in Gemini that's coming up soon. But yeah, I mean, this might have to do with a soulmate, okay? I mean, we're talking 11th house, which is where the sun is for you. 5th house is maybe dating as well. There could be, a Capricorn, Scorpio, fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in the mix. I'm seeing also a lot of major arcana. I'm seeing a timing issue as well. I'm going to say a couple things here. I mean, right off the bat, just a little disclaimer. I am a bit biased about this card. When I see this card, I don't get thrilled or excited like maybe some readers. So like to talk about twin flames all damn day. Because those of you who really know me know that I'm not really a believer in this, okay? There was a time in my life when I probably would have thought, oh my God, this person's my twin flame, but then I see what happened to that situation. And honestly now a lot of this twin flame stuff that you get online on tarot readings sounds, like this runner chaser empath narcissist type dynamic, very unhealthy, very toxic, and I do see that going on here, okay? And you might have actually cut yourself off from it, and it might have involved a fire sign or someone with Capricorn, prominent Capricorn, Scorpio placements. What I will say about this card, I mean, you're obviously free to believe, but whatever the heck you want to believe, And I'm an open-minded Aquarian, so, have at it. You do you. If this philosophy works for you, work it. Okay, it don't work for me, but whatever, let's go there. I'm going to say bare minimum, yes, there is a soul connection, probably a soul tie. Why? Maybe you had sex with this person and they brought some toxicity to the dynamic, and now you're having a little bit of a timeout. Okay? I don't know if this person's coming back around. We shall see. With the Death card, there's definitely separation here. And if some of you are just like, Stephanie, I don't know what the heck you're talking about because, I haven't slept with this person that you're saying, like I'm totally celibate, got nothing going on here with my love life. Hey, I feel you. Trust me. And I do see a bit of that going on where somebody might have actually been celibate here. Okay? And I am going to say also sometimes King of Wands is not a person. It's like a business leader. So if you're like me and you own your own business, some of you are very, you very much identify on a spiritual level with what you're doing for a living. Like you're your business is very much an expression of who you are at a spiritual level. But you might have felt like there were things going on that were out of your control, or that you didn't have control of your finances. Honestly, the death card here is a pretty damn good energy, indicating that if you are a business owner or you're in a leadership position within, like, say, a company, and things have been difficult financially, or dealing with difficult people, you know, it's going to be up from here, right? Because after death comes what? The rebirth. The rebirth, okay? Anything more? That just came out in the reverse. High Priestess, King of Swords, Page of Swords, and Eight of Wands at the foundation. Okay, so there could be a lot of communications coming in. Things might actually really be speeding up, especially as we come into the new year. There's just going to be a lot of faster moving energy. By the way, if in case you missed it, I do have the Aquarius 2024 reading available on Etsy. I was running a sale for 20% off. If you missed the sale, you guys are being the first to know. Like, I'm going to tell you first. Y'all are the first to hear it. I am running a Black Friday sale next week for around Thanksgiving time, 30% off. So if you want to grab it and plan your year ahead, you most absolutely can. I see a lot of progress, a lot of communication, some of you traveling long distance, things really moving forward for you, and that resonates with the energy coming into the new year. And by the way, just I've been telling people, you need to, like, all these dates and stuff that I put out in that Aquarius 2024 annual reading, write it down. Like, I've been so hermit moding and writing, like, all my making all my plans. You know, I have this all written out in my calendar, and that's what you can do as well. But getting back to the reading, I mean, this is a lot of swords energy. So if it's not you, it could be another air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, or simply this energy of I'm going to go back to the High Priestess in reverse here. Some secrets. This is a lot about thinking, communication. I mean, knowledge. This is very swords energy. Even the High Priestess and the Eight of Wands. Notice that's very mercurial, okay? And with the High Priest, this has to do with your intuition and secrets coming out, knowing things, knowledge, right? But I am getting the feeling like there could be some secrets coming out, and I don't know if you can be reasoned with. Some of you already know this is maybe involving somebody who kind of withholds information, but the secrets come out anyway. I'm also getting a message here that somebody thinks that maybe they hid something from you, but deep down you know, and it's going to come out anyway. You probably knew before these messages come in. Like, you probably have this inner knowing about you, like, well, I could have told you that would happen, but you didn't ask me. Now, did you? You went off and did what you wanted, and you didn't ask my opinion about it, because I don't know, you want to maybe F around and find out, as the saying goes. So go on, you know, learn the hard way, because some people need to. You might have played stupid. You might have poker faced somebody who didn't want to pay attention to your intuition, didn't want to listen to your advice. They just want to do what they want to do, and they don't want to listen, okay? And this person might have also, it's, they don't have discernment, okay? And I'm getting a vibe here like, you knew that this is an energy, you can't reason with this person. They're not going to listen to you. Eventually they'll find out the hard way, the truth will come out. And with the Page of Swords, you might not only be poker facing this person, you might even be acting like you're unimpressed, you're not interested in hearing about this anymore. Like, and like, I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know that was going to happen. That's an interesting message. I don't even know where I want to go with this. Like, this is, let's see. It could be any of the signs I mentioned. Definitely a soulmate I'm seeing figuring here. Air, fire, Pisces, Scorpio, Capricorn. You might have a monetary connection, a business connection. You might have a sexual connection with this person. Oh, what is the advice? You know what? I'm feeling led. We'll get advice in just a moment. Let's do a 5-card spread. Let's do a 5-card spread for Aquarius. 8 of Pentacles. Some of you are working really hard, okay? If you're like me, you got the sun right now in your 6th house. So it's a Virgo vibe. It's a worky, right? Where is the sun transiting right now in your natal chart? Look at that and you'll know where you're being blessed and applying your effort and looking at and working on, you know? But again, we're getting Page of Swords in the reverse, and now I'm being brought back to, are you not getting a message? This is a repeat of the last one. Are you not getting a message? Have you missed a message? Because this is, some of you work related. You're so busy working. Also, I'm getting not communicating. Either this is somebody, you didn't get their message, or you overlooked their message because you're so busy working on something else, you got your back turned to it. I'm also getting another vibe that some of you are so in your little, whatever it is in your zone that you're working on, that there's miscommunications with other people. It may be somebody younger, somebody who's got air in their chart like you. Oh, sweet Jesus, what are the chances? You know, y'all saw me mix that all up. Okay. The fire signs wants to show up again. The main issue here is progress. We saw that with the 8 of Wands. But with that 8 of Wands, the difference is that 8 of Wands was you in your own right. That's what people are doing to get forward movement and progress in their life. This card is progress ordained by God. This is a move of spirit, where spirit is stepping in and moving you forward. What's in the past? 7 of Swords. Somebody's sneaking around. Somebody's maybe double dipping here too. And I mean, I'm going to be fair. You might have dipped out yourself. You might have been like, you know what? I'm going to get the heck out of this mess. Because someone might have revealed themselves as not being honorable to you. And I don't necessarily want to say that they're a bad person or they meant any harm. It's just they kind of showed their hand. They showed their values. They showed their alliances were not really with you. And you might have known that all along. And that might have been, again, your energy as well, where you decide, you know what? um, this isn't honoring me. Why do I honor it? You know, and so I see kind of a dipping out on either end. Hold on a second. Let me look a little bit closer. I do feel that you kind of had an eagle eye view of this situation when it happened. I feel that your intuition showed you the bigger picture and what was going on and how this was going to go down, and you know, like looking beyond. And again, because Seven of Swords is somebody who was maybe lying, cheating, thieving. At bare minimum, they were not giving you what is fair. They were not really honoring you in the way that you deserve. There might have been some hidden motives that they weren't really being upfront about, to you, maybe not even to themselves, okay? But this is, you know, with the moon here, and I'm almost getting a high priestess vibe off of her as well. Like, you had a knowing about this. You had this kind of eagle eye view. When this person did whatever they did, you could see maybe beyond the pain and the betrayal, and you could see, you know, this person, they got some lessons in life to learn. They got to go find, you know, I'm sorry, that F around and find out. You go on, go F around and find out the hard way, honey. Don't let me stand in your way. In the future, it looks like there will be a coming together. Okay, with who, I'm not entirely sure. We got Three of Pentacles popping up again, just like in the last reading. That was at the foundation in a different deck, with who you're collaborating with. And yeah, this might actually be like networks, social media, networking for business reasons. It could also be joining up with other people, could simply be family, friends, you know, whomever, to share resources, to collaborate, to work on projects. There's that death card again. Really what is hinging this all together is you're going through some changes, and I said that from the beginning, all right? I said that in that last reading, that yeah, many of us who have been through some very intense death rebirth cycles, okay? But yeah, if we are talking about a relationship, there's been a separation here. Looks like celibacy. And I'm getting the timing issue on both of these. I'm hearing it's a matter of time, right? The rebirth cycle, it's a divine timing thing. And eventually things are going to start working for you. Hey, I'm getting like a 3-year time span here, okay? Between now and the next 3 years, you're going to start coming together with people, and I'm getting something functioning, right? Something actually that works. People that work together and, you know, add value, okay? This is actually a lovely card in the next 3 years. The outcome, ooh, say it isn't so. We got a sexy emperor. Look at that. Well, it could be an Aries, and I'm telling you, there's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius over here. Scorpio, Cancer, Sagittarius. These are the signs that are showing up so far. And well, honestly, it looks like the past looks pretty shitty, ain't gonna lie to you, okay? But the future is looking good. I mean, I know you got some dark stuff in the undercurrent, okay? But the outcome in the near future is really positive. And currently, you actually have spirit stepping in, moving you forward, bringing in a lot of possibilities. I'm seeing there with that 7. I don't know that you see it. I feel like this is almost a repeat of that last reading. But hey, we're not having to sum it up in 10 minutes or less. So let's see, what is this stuff. I mean, I won't dwell on the past too much because you guys already know. But some of you though, there might have been a lot of unfair things that happened to you, and so let's just kind of drill down and clarify exactly what was the unfair thing that went down. For some of you, if you're like, man, I don't relate to this being a love message with a fire sign, or, water. This simply could be work related, because I'm seeing some cards here indicating, bossing up, being in a leadership role, networking with people, finances moving up. Like if you've been in a dark place with your money, it's up from here. And I'm seeing things progressing. I'm seeing spirit really stepping in currently and in the undercurrent to move things forward positively. But this back stuff, this past stuff, oh, what are the chances? Okay. Oh my God, that's at the foundation. Okay. This is, Emperor again. Yeah, you are dealing with this person in your past. If we're talking about a person. And honestly, he wasn't showing up very well. It's almost like his shadow side was running him. Something was out of order with this emperor. Very out of order, okay? Might have been very, very ego driven. I mean, the thing that we want to see the emperor like this, right? Where he comes in strong and he strengthens others, right? He brings order to disorder. He straightens the crooked things, right? He empowers. Out of his own empowerment, he empowers others. He protects. He protects. He's disciplined. This here is, I'm trying to control other people so I can feel in control. I got to worry about myself. I got to get mine, And this is somebody who doesn't have control of their lives. Maybe they feel that they're out of control in their lives and they're trying to control everybody but themselves. And they're lacking discipline or flexibility. So I see somebody getting left out. And this might be why, if this is an actual person, because I tell you what, I'm going to read this as a relationship, and I'm going to read this as a career, because I'm getting that it can go both ways. All right. If this is a person, again, I see somebody getting put out of a relationship, and that's why you're seeing the celibacy there. And someone was left alone. And I'm almost getting it, because it's almost, I don't know, this is not a nice thing, but let's just say it. I'm going to honor it. You're going to be about yourself. Have yourself. That's all you're going to have is yourself. Is if you're just going to be all about yourself, whoever this person was. And they got themselves, and now they're like, well, wait a minute. I mean, I did want myself, but not like this. So, like, oh, I wanted my way, but not quite like this. Somebody got put out, all right? And I'm also getting a message here that they put somebody out as a way to get control of their life, or to feel in control, or to put themselves first meant that somebody was going to feel alone. Okay, there were needs that were not being met. Okay, I'm gonna say if there was any kind of adultery going on with a masculine energy here, regardless of sign, I do feel that this person maybe felt like they could not give what was fair to you. They didn't have it to give, or it wasn't right for them to give it. The Chariot card, I mean, currently, what is progressing for you? Some of you are working on this issue of feeling like your emotions have been blocked, or your love life has been blocked. You're trying to work on this issue. I feel like Spirit is trying to help you with this to get to a place where you can open up, where you can open your heart again. Some of you having to do a lot of emotional healing right now because you have been emotionally cut off. And yeah, you know, we get accused of being ice queens and that we're emotionless. It's just, you know, I think that nobody's really come into your life that you felt like, particularly for the single Aquarians, I'm hearing something about it's a dry spell. Um, Feeling like you haven't really been brought anybody that you could be safe to open up with emotionally. And so it's not that you don't have emotions, and that they don't run deep. It's just, you know, feeling safe. And I think that Spirit is trying to help you on this issue. Also, communication problems that are coming up where maybe it's hard for you to communicate through difficult things that you're going through in life. Some of it, you know, I'm hearing shut down. We do that. We shut down if we're going through something very difficult in life. Maybe there's some kind of disagreement or, yes, disharmony within a home, or just breakdown of communication. Um, Things in your life that are difficult where you feel like um, I'm hearing something about an impasse. Like you feel like you're in an impasse with a person. Like I'm hearing it's no use. Like, um, well, yeah, I could open up and I could say how I feel with this person, but what difference is going to make? Because I know how this is going to go down. I'm going to go back to this. Like, you can see through the bullshit. You can see that this, you know, that you can cry your eyes out and, you know, write this person a damn novel and give them a PowerPoint presentation. At the end of the day, they're still not going to honor you or give you what's fair. So you just don't even bother. And I think that it's kind of like what I was saying earlier with my little personal sharing that tied into the last reading. You just don't even look for the communication anymore. You're not waiting on that text to come in. You're not waiting for that email. You're not looking for an opportunity because you just don't even believe anymore. Some of you. Spirit is really trying to get you to work through that issue. I am also seeing here another message about moving, leaving a home, moving, leaving a home. And some of you are having to work through a lot of emotions around this because some of you have dealt with depression surrounding this issue of literally moving residence. And feeling like you don't have anybody to share your feelings with about how difficult this transition has been for you in your life. Yes, family may factor into that, okay? I do see you guarded about the future. I think that and there might be a new home as well, coming up over the next 3 years. Well, I should hope so. I'm seeing a year to 3 years here, but I do see you guarded because you have been through a lot of trials and tribulations that have left you with some regrets, some disappointments. And I do see that perhaps again from this over the next year to 3 years, I see you possibly communicating about this, opening up lines of communication where you're talking more, and it could be to somebody younger than you. It could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces involved. Might be a child, you know. And I do see as part of these communications that it could be that somebody comes in and says, "Listen, I'm really sorry about all the trials and tribulations that you've been through that have caused you to, like put your guard up and not trust. Like I'm getting like put your boundaries up really high because of what you've been through." And this feeling like you have to protect yourself and endure things that maybe you should not have gone through, or maybe nobody should have to go through, I do see some apologies or at least some loving communications. And it might be, when we're talking about a page, it might be very like subtle, all right? I don't know that they're going to spell it out. I'm sorry. Getting more of an empathizing and kind of this, let's come together, let's work together. And it looks like there is this new opportunity. It might be with, a home or a new job or some kind of material opportunity, but it might also be, if this is a relationship, somebody saying, we're going to have the opportunity to actually start over, start anew, lay a new foundation here. We're going to build trust. We're going to build security in this relationship. And let's do something that actually functions, right? Rather than things that are dysfunctional and cause you to put your boundaries up sky high, that you can't even talk or communicate or express your feelings because you just get shut down and you feel like there's no use because there's so much dysfunction or unfairness in the exchange. You know what I'm saying? I think you do. All right. Tell me about this death card. Well, again, star card there is, you're front and center here. What's going through intense change, and I heard tumultuous, right? And this might have to also do with a soulmate. It might have to do with your ideals, your wishes, your ambitions, healing. And with the Ace of Wands, This is really in your current energy. I'm like talking within the current 24 hours of this reading. Like you're getting this reading. Like that, I'm getting a right now when you see this. Okay. Um, what's happening right now is that spirit is trying to rebirth something in you, having to do with a soulmate, maybe a new sexual union. Some of you, your ambitions, traveling. I'm getting like this vibe, almost like winter season of, you may not see it because it's almost like the ground is resting right in winter, which, by the way, people who are into science and biology and all of that say that's actually when most of the growth is happening, when it's underground and you don't even see it. You don't see that the seed growing underground. Okay. And then I'm getting a springtime as well. I mean, I'm getting a lot of time frames. Okay. I'm getting definitely Scorpio season, which we're in right now. We're almost leaving Scorpio season. We're almost out of it. I'm filming this on the 18th, by the way, of November. So right here, right now, Scorpio season, well into the winter, Aquarius season, mid January through mid February, and then we have spring. Do you see the timeline, the progression? You don't see it. I'm sorry. It's like it's an underground thing. It's going on in the spirit. Things are progressing. Things are changing. Things are healing. If you are alone right now, if you're celibate, or you are in a relationship where you feel you might as well be alone, you got a new beginning. I'm gonna find out. I mean, the rebirth is looking like it's spring. Okay, Aries season, April-ish. But tell me, when is this soulmate coming in? This, or, oof, I lost it. I have to dig it out. Oh goodness. Okay, so now I'm getting summertime. Holy crap. Well, there's a year there to 3 years, but of when things are going to, you got a new opportunity of things working finally and functioning. That was dysfunction back in the past. That was unfair. Frankly, I'm getting about 9 months here. Okay? In divine timing. That's definitely divine energy. I mean, really from top to bottom here. In the undercurrent and the outcome and the current energy, we've got major arcana spirits stepping in. People are going to come in over the next year, and they are going to try to give new opportunities. There's an issue with patience concerning this emperor, okay? And being spiritually guided. And again, I'm possibly getting a Cancer or a Sagittarius is relevant. But this is about taking a persevering, moderate, patient approach, investing in something, and being balanced. And I'm also getting healing something. So this might have to do with healing masculine energy. And this masculine is having to reevaluate that. But I'm also getting this masculine becoming a lot more spirit led about what they're investing in. This is also about endurance and really, again, being spirit led about what am I going to endure? What am I going to invest in? Somebody is slowing things down and reevaluating what they're going to put their efforts into. You know, if I were to read this for business, well, let me back up and say, with that at the foundation, Seven of Cups, reverse. It's more about this confusion, okay? Maybe you've been confused about a fire sign. Maybe you've been confused about taking a leadership role, being a business owner for some of you. Some of you have, again, I'm getting deception here surrounding this masculine, okay? It's all around this masculine. Either he's been lying or he's just not being honest with himself, or it could be just concealing or hiding the truth of something. This person might have a lot of options, but they don't see clearly within themselves what's viable and what's not. What is the Seven of Cups in reverse about? What difficult truth is being avoided? This might have, again, oh wow, 2 tens. Okay. So that something has ended or is not going to end well because or that they need to end something because there's incompatible values with the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. That somebody's ambitions, what they want, their ego, being ego driven, the what about me is ruining relationships. And you got to take this how it applies, because some of this might be you. I mean, I'll be straight with you. I'm a business owner, and so to some degree, I relate to this King of Wands as myself. And you know, the last 2 years that Satan has been in my 10th house, giving this kind of vibe, right? He's giving this kind of vibe, like, oh my God. I have been, you know, when you know, you're trying to raise something from the dead, okay? You're trying to, something in your life, you just keep trying, right? Try to pour out some healing energy and, you know, really being patient with your investment and trying to get control of this situation, okay? And trying to breathe new life into something, and you can't seem to get it to take off the ground, and you end up really, it begins to consume you. I'm being brought back to, oh, this is a story. Oof. This, I don't know if y'all can handle this, very scorpionic story. I'm going to go there and share it with you. So, some of y'all know I have a very strong Christian background. I went to churches where, you know, people believed in a lot of things that most would consider far-fetched, such as being able to raise the dead. through the power of prayer and the laying on of hands and all of that. So I had a girlfriend whose husband, unfortunately, was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and I think they found out maybe 4 weeks before he passed, and they released him from the hospital, let him go home to die. And he did, in fact, pass in their bed. And when it happened, she told me that she tried to get him to come back for the longest time. She prayed for, I don't know how many hours, and then she couldn't get him to come back. And she thought, well, there's something wrong, right? Like, I guess my faith isn't that strong, or what did I do wrong, or I failed, or why couldn't I bring him back with all my faith and trust in God and all of this why. And in my spirit, I felt so deeply at that time to tell her, and I did tell her. I said, we'll call her, let me give her a different name, right? Because I'm not going to say her name, but I said, Jill, it's not your fault. He didn't want to come back. And can you blame him? It was his choice. He does not want to come back. Would you want to come back? That's not your fault. And she looked at me like, oh yeah, I don't want to come back. If I was in heaven, I wouldn't want to come back over here. Like, you know. And I mean, the guy had just had like a, I forget what that's called, that surgery where, you can't use a bathroom normal anymore. And they removed his colon because he had colon cancer. And I'm just like, there's no way he wants to come back to this life. All the pain, the sickness, I mean, having to live like that, just everything. No, you wouldn't want to. It has nothing to do with you. It's not your fault. Let it go. Don't take it personal. And I think that helped her to say that, because she thought, right, you might be going through something, and I'm telling you, we're having to heal that within ourselves and get an eagle eye view of things in our life. That I'm being brought back to that saying, and I might butcher it, but it's basically what people do to you is not really about you, it's more about them. And if we can detach ourselves and take more of an eagle eye view of, why did this person run away, or why didn't they invest, or why were they controlling, when you start looking at, well, this is an insecure person, or maybe I shouldn't have gotten invested in this in the first place, or I knew that this was never going to pay off because we don't share values. And I knew that ultimately this was not going to end well, and that's a price that I took. A gamble, a price that I paid, because it's a risk I took, is what I meant to say. But I do feel like it's you and or another person in the mix here has maybe let ambitions ruin relationships. And now I'm coming back full circle to what I was sharing with y'all earlier about this opportunity, and how 6 months ago I would have totally done it. But now I'm realizing that, what I want in terms of my coin and my business and my money has been messing up family. And granted, there are some people in the family that want me to go after that coin and take care of that coin so that I can give to them coins, right? They're not really looking for my cups or whatever, but in my pursuit of coins above all else, it just comes across very egocentric, and people are not getting needs met that are maybe emotional, including myself. There's something that is wreaking havoc on relationships here within a family, maybe bringing about fighting over resources. Again, I think it's maybe more complicated than what I can get into, because if this is a family dynamic, you got some people who they're about the money and they want you to be about the money. And you got other people, it's like, well, if I go do that, I can't really have a relationship with you now, can I? Um, so, and some people don't want you to do that. And what does God want you to do? That could be a whole nother can of worms right there. What is spirit leading you to do with your life purpose destiny? And again, if we're talking about this other person, there may be a misalignment of values. Like, you literally do not value the same thing. And somebody might be, hanging on to something that is just not realistic, or they're avoiding a difficult truth about this. It's about this fire sign, or it's about overcoming obstacles in your life, or a business. I mean, I've got a lot here that I'm seeing. But it's more this deception and deception in the past involving this person. And somebody might have had a lot of options and overwhelmed by them. Yeah, I'm getting more of this, not getting the truth, not giving someone a second chance, or not reevaluating themselves and what they're committing to. There may in fact have been a three-party situation involving a fire sign. Aries, again, I'm getting Sagittarius, Leo, possibly, and somebody trying to get attention secretly. There looks like a false start that occurred with this fire sign, and trying to revive something. I'm getting more of this trying to raise something from the dead and breathe new life into it and get attention. But I'm seeing more of this again of Eight of Wands that we got earlier with the High Priestess, where somebody has got a lot of secrets. I'm seeing it there as well. This King of Wands has maybe had some regrets. Having to do with a decision that they made. They might be seeing now that something needs to get healed, having to do with being emotionally disconnected, someone walking away from something where there was a disagreement, conflict, and somebody didn't like what they were offered. And there was ultimately a fallout because what was offered was meager. It wasn't a lot. Somebody was really resisting an Aquarian, resisting healing, resisting a soulmate, and bringing in a really small offering. But I do see you got there's that Ace of Pentacles again, where it's coming in over the next year. You will have some kind of partnership or commitment, maybe a new house or a solid relationship that you can trust. There's some devil here in the mix, so I don't know if this is a soul tie. Again, this is a sexual relationship. There's a lot of sexual energy here. Kind of popping up again, where I feel like Spirit is trying to help you with your love life. Notice we got the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands, and it's kind of a continuation of some previous reads. I think the last Unrushed reading I did for y'all, I saw that you potentially have, now you got 3 aces. Holy crap. 3 aces. This is good news coming in. And yes, potentially new partnership coming in. When is this new partner coming in? When is this new partner, new sexual union coming in? At the holidays. Hey, 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 hey. You try later. So I don't know if this is going to be somebody who, I'm getting a couple messages here. If this is somebody from your past, you're going to try again. You're going to try later during the holidays. If this is a new person, this is going to be like, you run into them during the you meet them during the holidays, and you might not totally connect. Like, you might not see where it's going during the holidays, but you're going to try again later. You were going to run into them again or connect with them again later, and then things are going to, over the next year, pick up. Okay. 3 of Pentacles again. Whoever this person is, you see what? It's there and there. 3 of Pentacles. Things are going to come together. They're going to start working, okay? Things I feel were very dysfunctional and unfair. People were not adding value. People were not really valuing your contribution as it deserved. And now I see, you know, people putting in on this and appreciating what it is that you're putting in on this. Ooh, 2 of Wands. I mean, I do see that this is making plans for partnership, okay? And I feel like if there's a distance issue, the 2 of you could be coming together, all right? I don't know that you have... Okay. All right. I'm getting a lot about that. I feel like you are going to be making plans over the next year to draw nearer to somebody, okay? I don't know that you have a vision for it as of yet, because again, some of you, because of what you've been through, not seeing it, and you might have lost your faith in this. You might have lost your hope in this. Some of you have maybe grown impatient, like, but I'm also getting with both of these cards, this is something that's not healed within you. And there has probably been a bit of depression, because it probably has to do with the soulmate and you not getting wish fulfillment. And part of that is some of you have been dealing with prospects in your dating life who just want flings. They want open-ended relationships, friends with benefits, non-committal, you know, that type of thing. Flings. These are also soulmates who were afraid of losing themselves in a connection, so they wouldn't make a decision to get closer, to actually invest in this, or to really cooperate in a meaningful way. And I think that there's been a lot of need to heal from this. Some of you, usually Temperance in reverse is kind of an impatient card, but really what I'm getting more of anything is, I don't know that you're impatient. I think it's more of, I'm done waiting around. Like, what's to wait around? Because I don't think you see it coming. I don't think you got the faith to stick around and wait for this to change. Because some of you, this has been going on for a very, very long time. And I'm sorry, but it is deeply damaging is what I'm getting also. with the star in reverse and the temperance in reverse sun, all this is major arcana where some of you, your spirit has really been, I'm going to go back to this, deeply, deeply, intensely impressed upon in terms of how you relate to this passionate energy in your life, whether we're talking a sexual union or we're talking about, you know, going after career ambitions or getting out there and traveling, pursuing whatever it is that excites you in life. This energy needs to get healed in your spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because some of you, maybe you put your hope in things that it turned out to be false optimism, okay? Um, and you might have gotten to a place where now you're unable to see the bright side or the truth or the silver lining of things. And that is what remains unhealed in your own spirit. Let me see if there's anything else I want to say. Yeah, this is like the past has been dominating the future. This stuff from the past, and I don't know necessarily that this is one person. You may be like me. I mean, I could think of 3 Aries in my life, right? And I've got a Chiron in Aries. If you're a 70s baby, this might be triggering your Chiron and Aries, and we're all transiting Chiron and Aries right now, collectively. So the Aries energy might not be isolated to one person or situation. And I have my Juno in Aries too, so this is about this ideal soulmate, you know, this person that you would like to, again, you've maybe idealized getting the victory with this type of person or this kind of energy in your life, but I'm sorry to say there's no victory here because you can't get the truth out of this person. It's like, you know, damn, if this person would come correct like this, holy shit. That would be healing. I'm going to see, what is it going to take? What is it going to take to heal this? Let me see what deck I want to pull from. Okay. Getting a couple here. What's the healing work that needs to happen to get this outcome? What is the healing work that needs to happen? Take off your masks. Temptation. Uh-oh. I think this is, you know, more this vulnerability, right? I'm going to have to go back to what I've said in previous readings where this has come out before, this emotional blockage, repressed feelings, emotions, and it's mucking up the conversation here. You're shutting down, and it's like you're going to have to work through it and just knock that off, right? You're going to have to become real with somebody. And then become real with you, because we could really be talking about, this could be a person who, you know, you find tempting. They could have a lot of options, a lot of temptations in their life. You as well. I just heard, I want you. I want you. You could have whoever you want, but you want somebody. And that's them as well, where they could maybe they could have a lot of people, a lot of choices, but who do they want? Like, you're just gonna have to get real about it, and it might not be what you want to hear. But this is about just, I think, having more vulnerability about what you really want. Like, yeah, I could go have that person, but I actually don't want them. Who I really want is, and ooh, that would be a lot of vulnerability there. Feeling that one. Pleasure. Uh-oh. Inner child. You know, Aries is the child of the zodiac. We've got playfulness, lightheartedness, innocence, wonder. If there's somebody around you who brings that type of energy, and that might really be what needs to get healed in your life. Like, yeah, you want this person to kind of show up as an emperor, but there's an element of them that brings this, that lights you up, that you very much need in your life, and it's healing for you in some way. I'm hearing magnetic as well. Maybe something about the way this person asserts themselves, because again, we're getting into a lot of Mars energy when we talk about, you know, King of Wands or Emperor. And then pleasure, enjoyment, beauty, sensuality, indulgence. And I'm kind of getting back to this temptation indulgence over here of is that what you need to open up and talk about? And if you're like, well, Stephanie, I don't have anybody right now to talk to about it. I'm like in the death zone. I'm out in the desert here, dying of thirst. I feel you. Okay. What I want to say about that is, I think that this next person that comes in, whoever's giving you love messages, sending you loving texts, loving messages, communicating to you in an empathic, loving way, you need to, I guess, yeah, be more vulnerable emotionally. What emotions does Aquarius need to open up about? I feel some of you are afraid of making this other person uncomfortable, okay? And that's another reason, especially if you're an empath, you can sense that I don't want to be a Debbie Downer here. This is about talking about the disappointments in your life where you felt defeated, let down, disillusioned by life. You don't want to come across as feeling desperate or like you're needy and you don't have control of your life. The moments that you have felt lonely, the moments that you have felt afraid in your life, isolated, alienated, scared, and what actually is going to comfort you and reassure you through these dark feelings that you have been faced with. Like, I think there is a need to open up more about this, but I think that you maybe don't, because you feel that, well, they're just going to pity me and see me in a lesser light. I don't want to be seen this way. I don't want to be seen like this. Maybe you don't want to be seen as like small and weak, scared child, you know? And so I hate to say it, I usually say this with the Capricorns, but yeah, this could be some perception management here, that you're not really letting this person know how you need to be comforted and what they can do to comfort you through this. You're not really letting them see this side of you because you don't You don't want to be a Debbie Downer. You don't want to be seen in a lesser light. That's a deep message. I want to say before I close out this video, you know, for those of you who need more of a like career message, like if this is a business message, and I'll close out with some advice, but those of you going through business stuff, right, because we took it more into a relational reading here for the most part. Listen, things are progressing with your business. Things have not been fair, and I think you've been dealing with people in authority who have stuck you out on your money. Like, for real. Like, left you out in the cold. Left you in the poorhouse because they don't really care about you. I don't know why I'm hearing that Michael Jackson, they don't really care about us. They don't really care about us. I could go watch it, Michael Jackson. You know, these are people in authority who are abusing and misusing their authority. And I'm getting stealing, theft, like, some of you may have actually lost housing or a home over this. I am seeing for some of you foreclosure has happened, or maybe even an eviction. This has been a deep, deep betrayal. And some of you really don't know what to do. Like, you can go in a lot of different directions here. There's a lot of possibilities, but you just do not know with your business what is viable and what is not. And some of you are so fixated on it being a particular way. And unfortunately, it's almost like, are you in control of this? What do you not have control over? Because there's some deception going on here. And I think it's coming from whoever is in authority, whoever has been cheating you out of money, leaving you in the poorhouse, putting your career upside down. And this has been going on for a long ass time. Okay? And I don't know if you're not sure, like, at what point do I give up? Should I give up? Is there any way I can possibly breathe new life into this? Something is definitely changing here with your ambitions and maybe even traveling. But you are in a bit of a lull, and it is a divine appointment that you need to let some things rest for now. Yes, things will be moving forward. They are actually. You don't see it. Currently, things are progressing, but maybe more in the spirit. Maybe in more of the what it is, getting past creative blockages in your career. Moving beyond some things that are not in balance, not in harmony with your career, that are maybe impeding communication, is bringing about some kind of disunity. Maybe this is like all you're feeling right now, is that you're going through this difficult transition, yet Spirit is helping you move out of it. Like, you don't see the movement, but you actually are. I'm getting it's like in slow motion. You're moving beyond this difficult time in your life and maybe having your creativity blocked. It is passing. Things are changing behind the scenes. And you're coming into a rebirth cycle with that career. And yes, if some of you are moving, because I see in the past you lost a home. Some of you may have lost a home, okay? And yet I see that movement is happening currently and in the future, where you are getting a new home. And things are going to start functioning and pulling together again, and probably through groups of people, networks of people. And I do see you stepping into even more of a leadership role, bossing up. Some of you investing in spiritual work, being very spirit led about what it is that you're investing in, and really getting control of your finances. I mean, right now spirit is working on bringing you out of, if it's been a dark space with your money, because I see it in the past, lack, loss, potentially eviction, foreclosure for some of you. It's up from here. It's onward and upward. And where it's going is that in the outcome, you get your finances in order. You take control of this situation. You boss up. You bring order where there's been disorder. And yes, it's probably going to take some time to fully arrive at this place, because I'm seeing things functioning over the next year to 3 years. But I'm seeing you really stepping into this emperor role where you finally get control over this situation over a 7-year time period. So it starts coming and flowing better 1 to 3 years from now, but you got to look at the bigger picture, 7 years. Yes, you got to be patient. You're going to have to make key investments. You're going to have to persevere. But you are going to prevail over this situation. You are going to take authority over this. So try to be patient and spirit led. Let me leave you off with, getting a couple. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, let's see where we're at on time. Okay. All right. Let me say, for the Aquarians that are struggling right now financially, what's going to bring in the money? The money. Minimal effort, maximum return. What's going to bring in some money for the Aquarians? Right here, right now message. All right. Moon. Fleeting funds, unknown source, being guided, moonlighting, odd jobs, night shift, part-time, holy crap. Pendulum, fluctuating income, indecision, new strategy, seasonal work, job change, making choices. I'm sorry to say, but some of y'all are probably going to have to, I mean, I am seeing spiritual work here for some of you is going to maybe supplement, but I'm almost getting a kind of having to scrap it together type thing. Right? Like, I know some people look at my channel like, ooh, 24,000 subscribers. You know, you think I'm rolling in the dough, please. Like, I'm lucky if I can get 100 views per video now, because it's 2023. It's not 2020. It's not 2017 anymore, right? Where I could get 17,000 views a video, which was bringing a lot more sales, a lot more clients, you know? And what we're learning with these platforms, and it takes me back to this, what we're learning with these platforms and people in authority that are abusing, misusing their authority, sealing work, right? Sealing their energy vampires. And you put out so much free work, and then you end up like this. Because now, you know, instead of just outright censoring you, they just block your reach. It's another form of censorship, but that's what they do. They block your reach. So just going to say that if you do spiritual work, particularly if you're a tarot reader and you're dealing with reach issues, and it's like, how do I get the reach with my spiritual work? I'm sorry to say, but you're probably going to have to get some little side hustle going on. Look at this, is about cleaning it up, okay? This is the advice. And you have time for a nap. Well, yeah, I mean, some of you, like I said, it's kind of, it's a dry spell, it's a dead zone, it's a winter time, it's you gotta heal. You gotta heal. And I'm also seeing spring with like spring cleaning, okay? Like some of you need to rest and recover from, and there's a moon again. Look at those moons. As much as you want to throw your back into it, work hard, get the payoff, again, you know, let your ambitions run you, which may actually ruin relationships. I'm getting a message here where it's almost like Spirit is saying, you know what? If you can step away from this and not be so obsessed over it, do that. Take a time out. And once you recuperate your energy, recover, and you're more spirit led, you come in and you start taking authority over this. You start cleaning it up. And I really see, listen, coming into next year is going to be powerful for us because of Aquarius. In Pluto, really empowering. There's, I mean, and especially Aquarius season, all the energy going into Aquarius for us as we're coming into a new solar year. Sweet Jesus, super empowering, really coming into 2024. However, there's going to be a major shift as well, and I'm seeing this for myself, you know, come spring. I mean, I'm seeing it here in this spread, but I've seen it in my own astrology. In March, which is Aries season. We've come back to Aries again. Aries season, when we have our first eclipse of 2024, you're going to get a holy shift over there. I mean, really things are going to amp up. And it's going to be beautiful because we're going to be coming into that first eclipse of the year with Pluto and Aquarius empowering us. And just having our solar return, which is going to set the tone for the next year. Really empowering. But yeah, there's something we gotta get authority over and clean up. There's a mess here. There's a mess. And I think the mess is somebody got over on somebody, okay? Somebody was not being fair. Desert passage is what you're being told, and I saw it over there. I said you're in a dry spell, right? And I saw it with that Ace of Cups in reverse. Trust. There is a divine plan, and there's divinity all over this. I told you with the Emperor, the Death card, the Chariot. That's major arcana spirit stepping in. You also have cleansing waters. Purification activates vibrant life force. You know what I'm getting here is your thirst is going to be quenched. Wow. Because notice that's like no water, and there's the water. Look at the contrast. You don't see where the water is going to come from. Water being the love, the feelings, the emotion, the healing, the spirit. Spiritual connection. You don't see it because you're in a dry land right now. You're in a dry spell. Maybe, yes, in a dark zone. But that's being healed. It's being healed. And there will be a new union, a new beginning. And yeah, I'm seeing it with a soulmate, potentially a sexual union. and having to do with your ambitions, maybe even traveling. Something that you feel you have been cut off from, that Spirit is going to heal. I hope this encouraged you, and please know I'm wishing you all the best. Be blessed.